Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.
Have you ever thought about this? Hey man, it's all preordained. Just chill out. It's all going to happen anyway. How many people thought that? Okay, that's because we misunderstand what preordained means. Okay? We assume preordained means it was written at the beginning of time and it won't change again. But God doesn't have time. God's outside of time. Yeah? So there's no such thing as time for God. If you were to look at the time of God's time watch, you say, hey, what's the time, God? What would it say? Now. It's always been now for God. Ever present. It's outside of time. So therefore, the pen of God is ever flowing. It's not written the way that we think it's written, that before you were born it was all determined. It's an ever flowing pen. He's always writing it. So although it's written, it's not written till it happens. So it's going to mess with your mind a bit. But the point is that where are we on that scale? Are we on a scale where we see through God's eyes and we can experience everything in hukum and we understand hukum? If we understood the hukum, then we wouldn't speak in ego. We wouldn't speak in anything but I am one with you, Waheguru. Yeah? So then therefore, if we're still living in ego, if we still are not one with the one, that means that we need to be real about where we are. Understand where we are in the world. And where we are in the world is, we don't quite understand what we need to do. So Maharaj says, Gur ki mat tu le yaane, pagat bina bhadu besyane. Do what Guru Sahib tells you to do. So you know in the beginning of Japji Sahib, Maharaj says, Kiv sachi ara hoiye, kiv kude tutte paal. How do I become pure? How do I break the wall of falsehood? So we're on this side in ego. Here's the wall of ego. On this side is the divine, oneness with the divine. We're on this side though. How do we break this wall of falsehood? How do we become one with the one? Hukam rajai chalna, nanak likhya naal. Live in the hukum. Hukum means what the Guru wants us to do. Some people misunderstand the word hukum. Okay. Anybody ever read that great book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People? If you haven't, good. If you haven't, read the book. It's a great book. Okay. What it says is everybody has 2 spheres. The sphere of concern and then influence. What he means by that is, in our life, we have a big area of concern, the things that we're concerned about. And also, we have an area of influence, things that we can actually do ourselves. What he says is, live in your area of influence, don't live in the area of concern. It's like me sitting here all day worried about Punjab. What's the feather? What can I do with that? Nothing. What I can do though is look at myself, sort myself out. So that he says the main area of concern or influence you have is yourself, your mind, your words, your actions. If you live in that area, you become more powerful. And you will be able to expand that area of influence. People around you will get influenced by you. Yeah? So the hukum is like this. Don't worry about the wider hukum of what's happening in the world and what you got and what Guru is making happen and what you're going to get tomorrow and all that kind of stuff. How long is your life? Don't worry about the wider hukum of Akal Purakh Waheguru. Follow your Guru's hukum. Your concern, the thing you should be concerned about is what did Guru Sahib tell you to do. Don't worry about what's happening in the world. You can't stop any of that. Accept the wider hukum, live in your Guru's hukum. Hukum rajai chalna means walk in the hukum of Guru. Live what Guru Sahib told you to do. Wake up in the morning, do your part. Stay away from kaam, krodh, lobh, moh, ahankar. Embrace truth, justice, peace, compassion. Live that and don't worry about the rest. You might lose an arm, you might have to fight, you might have to die, you might have to do anything. That doesn't matter. Live in the hukum. It's not the length of the life, it's what you do with it. So that's hukum. Live in Guru's hukum. Not the big, forget the bigger hukum. Who cares?
Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.